They gang up. The first one absolutely just crushes it. Drew Benton even said it last night on Bass U Live about the topwater fish and the wolfpack fish he was catching. The first one always crushes, but if you want that second bite, when you're jerkbait fishing, the ticket is the pause. And the second most important thing is what I said earlier. Imagine that fish is right under your bait at all times. So imagine he's following it, jerk it, pause, maybe a couple quick ones, jerk, jerk, jerk. You just gotta imagine that he's always nosing up to it. And if you do that, you're gonna do some different stuff and you're gonna get that bite. As some of you may know, some of you might not know, I got my start into professional bass fishing through the co-angler side. I did the FLW Tour co-angler. I won the co-angler of the year title in 2015, and a large part of it was I got to pay, my respect to the jerkbait, because I weighed in tons of fish. I bet I weighed in over half my fish on the jerkbait that year as a co-angler. It is an absolutely killer co-angler bait. I mean, people talk about the Wacky rig, the Ned rig, the drop shot. Yeah, all that stuff, it gets bites. It definitely does. But I think the number one reason the jerkbait is such a killer co-angler bait is because you're fishing for different fish than the guy up here. The guy up here, if he's casting a jig, a shaky head, whatever it is, don't sit back there and do that. Pick up the jerkbait, throw behind the boat, click your reel, and jerk along. It's a great way to catch fish. I'm telling you right now, I can't tell you how many guys I've watched kick my butt in the back doing this same simple tactic that I used to do and catch fish. You're catching a different fish. This guy up here, he's fishing for that fish that's on the bottom. That fish might be locked into crawfish. It might be locked into bait that's on the bottom. It's not looking up. Whereas that fish that he just didn't catch because it was looking down, that fish might be looking up and you're gonna catch it. So if they're really on docks, like I said, a lot of times I just like to hit each side, the front, and a lot of times the back. When fish are done spawning, sometimes they like to hang on that, we casted 2-1 earlier, the back sides. And on clear reservoirs, always keep your eyes peeled. A lot of times you're going to see these fish, they're going to be hanging just underneath, and that can tell you a lot on how to approach the next set of docks you go to. Keep your eyes peeled. Are they sitting on the fronts? Are they sitting in the slips? Are they sitting under the walkways? When brim are spawning, walkways are killer. What we're doing right here. Or when they're garden fry around post, I love walkways. They're awesome. I'll throw under every one of them. But pre-spawn, as the year progresses, they're going to be out here closer to the ends of them, just like fish do. They progress out. They're going to be on the backs, sides, or fronts. So, just they say it all the time, and it is cliche, but it's so true. Listen to the fish and, adjust accordingly. There's one. On the back side of the dock. Not a big one, but